Okay. So my name is Temitope Benson, and I'm going to be having a chit chat with our guest today. I'm going to be introducing our guest, the person of Taiwo Enayon S, a very good friend of mine. And we'll be talking about how to get admission abroad. And if you're in Nigeria or an African student that you want to get admission abroad. So particularly now today we'll be going to the Asia part, how to get admission on Asia continent. So I'll be welcoming my friend Taiwo Enayon S. So I'll just say if you can introduce yourself a little bit to our audience to tell us a few things about you.
Okay, thank you, Benson. It's a really good opportunity to be here, and I hope that I will be able to share some useful information as relates to admissions in Asia, specifically Hong Kong. Okay, so today I'm just a PhD. I'm a PhD student in City University of Hong Kong. My area of specialization is in operations management and typically working on healthcare operations management. In my background, my friend, we share the same background. I have background in mathematics. So yeah, so that's what I'm doing currently, and that's a little about me.
Oh, thank you very much. And I
Yeah.
hope you're enjoying yourself over there.
Yeah, of course, just same thing it used to be for every PhD student all around. So you can say better.
Okay, so to go straight to the point and not waste our audience time. So
Okay.
I just wanted to help us go into details on how you went about your admission process when you were seeking admission to Hong Kong 60 University of Hong Kong, how easy it was for you to get an admission over there, what you were able to do to get those admission to click for you.
Okay. So for me, uh, as an ordinary person, I would say that my admission happened as a luck. But as a believer, I would say it's a favor because in a recent time when I looked at the email I drafted to uh, my supervisor, then I just said it's a trash. Like if I send the same email to anyone now, I should not expect any response. In fact, if anyone should send the same email to me, I should not even bother to read it. To make it worse, I sent the email to a lot of people and I copy a lot of faculty members in the same email, you know. So that's how it happened. But I did that, and the person who responded happened to be the head of the department, and he responded and copied the rest other people that I copied to. And so that's how we started talking. But the first thing was that I've been trying to get PhD admission. I've been trying to get any scholarship at all outside the continent. And it's since I was still as undergraduate. So I've tried a lot of times, and sometimes I gave up. This time around, a friend of my brother sent me the link for this scholarship, and I applied. I sent email to potential supervisor, and when I got the response, then I was motivated to continue with the uh, application. But some things were just quite a little bit difficult for me. Some of those things were, how do we call this now? Administrative processes in Nigeria was a little bit against me because as at then, my master's, I was running a master's in UI concurrently with a master's in Ghana. And I was unable to supply my transcript. Although by that time I finished all my academic courses in UI, but uh, unfortunately the department could not release my transcript. Uh, but that, to me, I think is just one of the administrative process in the country that we have to face. Okay. So I got a lot of, like I said, it was a favor. So I got a lot of support from my potential advisor. Then I wrote my proposal, I sent to him, and he was able to go through even my CV that I was supposed to. I sent my CV, then they made a recommendation on how to put my CV right and all of those things. They helped me through before giving me the green light to start the application. I also had to be interviewed, right? But there was no need for any uh, exam. There was no need of any
Any standard
standard test.
like,
Okay,
your
so that was it then. Uh, because I couldn't submit my transcript, let me just hope that was the main reason. I was supposed to be considered for Hong Kong PhD fellowship, which is one of the prestigious fellowship around here, but I didn't submit my transcript, so I could not. There's no way that I could be considered. But I got for almost all the all the PhD applicants. Once you are admitted in Hong Kong, there is a stipend for you, so you get studentship guaranteed. So that's what eventually I got here. Okay, so the challenge is, the challenges are there, and some of the challenges getting this thing done, knowing what to do. Like I said, the email I wrote, if anyone should write the same thing today, just forget it. It's just going to be a pure luck that you get a response. So knowing what to do, getting referees, yes. Thank God for my supervisor then. Uh, Blessed memory, Dr. Mwozo. He was a very nice person. That I don't even have to inform him. I just put in for any application and put his details there, and he will attest to the reference form, and always, always, always. I think this is also one of the challenge that we face as Nigerian. We don't have referees. We don't get referees to attend to our applications as often or as many as we would like to do. Okay, so in general, I think I tried a lot of applications before this time. Yeah. So to the point that sometimes people just tell me I'm applying to this place, and I just, oh, I have applied to that place before. I have tried that before. I have tried that before, and then sometimes I just look at myself, guy, you try you.
okay.
Yeah.
So
So that's it.
very well. You need to know what to do, what to write, as in when you
Yeah.
email out
Yeah.
to potential advisor for them to
Yeah.
at your email to respond to your email.
Yeah.
We're fortunate. Hong Kong does not require GRA or anything.
Yeah.
Okay, so another thing I need to ask that has been a concern when a lot of people ask me is like, okay, it's only for first class students that all these admissions, all this scholarship, all this funding, all this assistantship all over the world that is only for first class students. So I want to ask, how is it in Hong Kong? How can you clear the air for us?
Well, as that is true, but the word only may not be true. Okay, so generally, you will always see the requirements, and the requirements are spelled out in on most of the websites when you go there. Okay, though there may be preference for the first class, but here there's, if you don't have first class and you have like a master's in addition to your first degree, and especially for PhD program, you are coming for a research. Your first class is nice, but if your first class you don't have a strong research experience, your first class may be worthless. Someone with a second class with a strong research background may get it ahead of you. Okay, so first class is nice, but there are additional things. If you could have a strong research background or research experience through postgraduate studies like masters, and it's really nice because at a point, like there was a time on behalf of someone who visited, and we visited a potential supervisor, and then what the supervisor requested was send your thesis, send your master thesis. The person didn't even care about your transcript, your first class, or your thesis. Send your thesis. So that's to tell you that your research standing could be an edge to cover up for you, even if you are not a first class graduate in your first degree.
So the advice would be for currently undergraduate student that might be watching this right now is to at least engage in research while staying in school, while they have those opportunities.
Yes, yes. I think it's a little bit difficult though, especially for people in our fields of mathematics. You know, it's a little bit difficult to do research that that is worth presenting. But I think the world is going kind of global, and what I would advise is that there are mentorship and there are people out there that are willing to mentor. So find someone and work close with, even if you have to be the last author on the paper. Just get to work with someone in collaboration with someone and have a paper where your name appears, and that will be to your account. That will be to your account. Personally, I'm trying to do so, but so far the people that I've got to work with, undergraduate students I've got to work with, they don't have the background that is required to work with me. And maybe they may not understand this motivation as well, because getting someone to let's do this, let's do a paper, and they may be thinking maybe I'm not going to pay them, but I was actually thinking maybe that will help them in a way. Okay.
Okay, that's good. That's good. So thank you so much for the enlightenment. And we already know that, okay, you need to know how to send a nice email, how to write a good proposal for a PhD,
Yeah.
and also to know what to do at the right time, and also to have
That's right.
good research knowledge, not only
Yeah.
with first class. The first class is
Yeah.
going to be an edge
Yeah.
to get you there. So you just have to keep working and keep grinding.
That's right.
So another question I have that I would love to ask is for old men like us, like,
Oh.
like so
I'm not old.
I know, like you now, you are 50 years old already. So let's say for people that have family and maybe they've been working, they have family and they are interested in going abroad, and they're thinking about, okay, their family as a constraint that might be an hindrance for them to move. Those challenges, how do you have any experience, or do you know someone who has an experience about that and how the person was able to overcome it?
Well, when it comes to family matters, I will always pitch my camp with those who believe that anything that is convenient for a family should be what they should stick to. So having a family is actually something a little bit uh, difficult somehow to deal with, especially when you are established and you have to think about your children, moving them from their schools. Will you be able to get schools for them? Will you be able to afford schools for them outside there? I think the location matters first, where you're going to. Okay. Two, uh, the condition of funding you have also matters. Three, the policy in the place you're going also matters. So you have to uh, do your research. You have to do your research. So here I have people who moved their family down here, and they have kids. And speaking with one of them at a time, I was told that as a student, you have to pay. If you enroll your child in the school here, maybe in primary school or nursery school here, you pay around 3,500 Hong Kong dollars per month for tuition.
Is that generally for everybody or like a waiver?
No, as a student, okay. But if you have graduated and you are able to get a job in Hong Kong and you have a working visa, um, maybe you just pay a token of 1,000 for the first registration, and for the rest, you don't pay. So this might not be the same around in other countries. So that's why I said you have to check with the policy around there. But if it's just you and your wife alone, I think you also have to check, like, with the visa you have, will your wife be able to work? And if she's not going to be able to work, like here, if you have a study visa, your wife cannot work in Hong Kong. If she will not be able to work, will she be able to endure the time of stay with you doing nothing? You have to discuss this with your partner. So it's actually, there is no specific way around this. This is a personal thing that you have to iron out. But first, you have to do your research and bring that which you have gathered, the information you have gathered, you bring it to the fore and you discuss it in your family, and you come to a point of agreement whether to move together or to just move distant apart. Then, yes, so that's what I think.
Thank you so much. And to the last question of the day, you mentioned something while you were talking. You talked about, okay, like when the person graduates and job opportunity. So I noticed a lot of people, like most Africans, who want to leave African country. Number one destination on their mind will be the United States, or maybe Canada or UK or Switzerland or Australia. Hardly will you see someone say, okay, I'm going to the Asia part of the continent. So we want to ask, what are the job prospects in, because I know China as they are one of the world power also, and they have a lot of industry, and I know Japan has a lot of industry also. So I'm wondering why people don't want to move to those places, and they're like, okay, we want to move to Canada. This is where we want to go. This is United States we want to go. What are the job prospects like in those places?
So I think the major thing is actually not the job prospect, because so far as I know, the issue is uh, for PhD. I don't think what we really call job prospects is not actually what it is. You know, like you run to US, it doesn't mean.
Okay, so before we have a technical issue, so we're talking
Sorry.
about job prospects.
Yes. So like I said, so job prospects, the big prospect is to eye the global market. Okay, so far we've had people moved from here, say go to Canada, move from here to Australia, move from here to UK. Okay, so uh, generally for a PhD graduate, your market is a global market, not just looking around where you are. So that's the prospect I see. Okay, because as a PhD graduate, you're probably thinking of going into academics, and academics usually the hope you have is best secured in the global stage. Many schools don't retain their own fresh graduates. So you have to look out. But the prospect is there because right now you have international experience, and you have some network. you have a network that you can leverage on to get possible job openings or job opportunities. I think that's the prospect, right? That's the prospect there. That's a prospect there.
That's good. That's good to know. We really appreciate your time and for the enlightenment, for giving us a little feedback and a little tips on how to get admission in Hong Kong. It's easy. You can always go online as our audience, as you are listening to us right now. If you want to get admission abroad, if don't limit yourself only to United States or Canada, you can search all around the world. There are a lot of opportunities out there. You
Yeah.
want to say something?
Oh, no, yeah, I'm just affirming what you're saying.
Yeah.
Yeah.
There are a lot of opportunities out there, and as you can hear, you don't have to spend a lot writing GRE and TOEFL before getting an admission. You can always get admission outside of US and Canada without GRE also. So it's always good for you to venture out and try Asia as one of your places for admission process when you're considering studying abroad. So we'll end it here and we'll say thank you so much to our guest, Mr. Taiwo Enayon S. Really appreciate you. Thank
Thank
you.
you for having me.
We'll to see you again very soon.
Thank you
So much.
all right.